Hey you guys, so excuse the angle change. I switched to my front facing camera. So I have brisket and cheese fries. And I just added some jalapeno juice to it and honey. Listen, now I'm not about to eat all of this. And I just shared some with my living mate, but y'all, when I tell you this right here is the move for sure. So let's get into the reason I'm making this video, because it's not just to do a mukbang. Hey you guys, so today I want to talk to you about a couple different things. So let's run down what we're going to talk about today. So first I want to talk about Tasha K versus Jason Lee. I think that's some real interesting tea, okay? Then I want to talk about the Indiana woman and her untimely death. So that's something that's been going on, and that ties into some of the LGBT community and just different things and talking about different characteristics about people, okay? Also, I want to talk about something a little bit more spicy, a little more gang related, which is Ra Ali versus Star Brim. Now, that has a whole lot to it, so we're going to try to keep that short, sweet, and real cute, okay? Then I want to talk about Real House of Atlanta. I'll talk to you about how I got into it, where I came into the situation, and how I feel about the current cast and their current situations. Then I want to talk about, last but not least, Loni Love and Tamar Braxton, because that is a whole situation that is so petty, that is repulsive, that there are grown women even going through this high school drama. So let's get ready, stay tuned. So if you do not know, Tasha K is an upcoming, very high-driven YouTube blogger. Now, she came way maybe about 2 to 3 years ago with a very bubbly personality and a clear content construction, okay? So one thing I can admire about her is her hustle and her consistency and how she uploads, and from story to story, you know, I feel like she keeps the same energy. So if you don't know Tasha K, she's very loud, bold, and as she describes herself, Southern. And a lot of the things she does, she says that it's just her Southern way. These are things we do. And most recently, she put out a post, or should I say content, referring to Jason Lee and his whole situation with riding a train. Now, I first heard about the situation because I saw Jason Lee on The Breakfast Club. Now, while a part of me kind of has a love-hate relationship for Charlemagne, he is highly intelligent, and he knows exactly what it is he's doing. There's very few times where he is doing something out of pure energy and there's not like an actual thought behind it. He is a very wise man, which is the reason I side-eye him a lot, because he likes to play with the ignorance of people and, you know, like to do things in plain sight, and because most people do it, and it's because of this. Although he does a lot of things and it's very strategic and is to get a reaction out of you. But once again, even with his antics, he is highly educated and very well spoken and articulated. And it's something that I really respect about him. So, as messy boots as he can be, Jason Lee is messy but for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to say is, you know, Charlamagne will lead you to the water. Jason Lee will bring the water in a glass right to you. Okay? That's the difference. So I couldn't wait to kind of see their dynamics in the whole situation. Also with Angela Yee, she has a certain persona about her and how she carries herself, and I just wanted to see her interact and be actually the one interviewing Jason Lee and see if she can, you know, throw the punches, because she's also a really smart girl, and she's aware of what's going on too. While DJ Envy is exactly that. He's the DJ. And the DJ is always, you know, most likely the lovable guy. Like, you don't want to curate the vibes, and that's exactly what he do. When Charlamagne is being, you know, a little too spicy, he's the milk that cools everything off. You know what I'm saying? And when Angela Yee is kind of not in the flavor, he's the little salt that gives her some seasoning. Okay, so yes, that's DJ Envy. That's his role. He is literally the glue of the show, because he balances off both people while he brings one down, and I mean, like, bring it back, reel them in. He also can light a fire under the other one and give her confidence and support when and where she needs it. So Jason Lee was on the show, and he was basically promoting his book. So, you know, if you follow him or just reality TV, he comes by way of Love and Hip Hop, where he did what he was supposed to do, you know, got his engagement. Then once he got his engagement, took it outside of the show and grew his company. Now, something that he had already been doing was being a paparazzi slash vlogger slash celebrity talk person. You know, that was his thing. That's what he was doing when he got on Love and Hip Hop. So, you know, he began to curate his show, Hollywood Unlocked, and basically it's a competitive brand to things like The Shade Room and Baller Alert. So with Jason being the openly gay guy that he is, he's also voiced that he comes from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he may be gay and be attracted to males, but he is most definitely still a male. You know what I'm saying? And while he tried to go be in the streets and tried that, it wasn't his role, but most definitely had people around. So although he may not have been doing things, he's seen things, and he's privy to the knowledge of how the streets move. Hence is the reason why Jason is able to obtain certain spaces that he inhabits, because as messy as he may be with you, he knows how to play his role accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Jason is also one of those people who is highly intelligent, you know, and everything they do is also calculated. You know, he knows how to move. So him out doing whatever he was doing in life, he caught the train. And, you know, supposedly a Barb came up to him and, you know, was just being his level of messy, because this is the energy that Jason also puts out. It was like, ooh, you this, you that, why you on the train? Let's, you know, kind of making a big spectacle about it. Now, what I've noticed, and in my total opinion, is that if Jason was unbothered about being on the train, he would not have been speaking about that on his press tour about his book. He wouldn't have, you know, you don't care, you won't comment. You know what I'm saying? But you care, so you commented. You're trying to jump in front of it, but it's like, you're really making this a big deal. And he basically went on to the Breakfast Club and said, like, yeah, this guy's trying to be extra because he saw me catching the train. Like, and I talked about it, no big deal. And everybody, so he was on the Breakfast Club, and the Breakfast Club is based out of New York, and the train is common transportation. So they like, okay, you were on the train, So like, and then they tried to have the small discussion that there's a difference between a train and a subway. We catch the subway out here. But it's like the whole stigma is like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't seem like nothing to talk about. Like, it doesn't seem like a dig. Like, okay, you saw me on a train. But once again, he was defensive about the situation and trying to belittle the situation as if it is nothing. But it's like, then if it's nothing, then why are you addressing it? But although, like I said, in the time of me watching it, I'm just like, right, like, you were on a train, somebody tried to come do the most. Okay. At this time, I had not seen the clip, and to my memory, I feel like I've seen the clip now, but it was so nothing. It's like, I don't even know why it's a topic. Anywho, come to find out, the reason that, you know, he basically was addressing it is because it wasn't just some random Barb who decided to push this, you know what I'm saying? Tasha K, you know, actually had it sent to her from, I guess, the person who actually recorded it, or some way through the internet, social media people, and it got to her and she pushed it to Nicki Minaj. Now, supposedly there's a beef between Nicki Minaj and Jason Lee, because Jason Lee is supposedly Team Cardi, and Nicki Minaj believes that there has been a hate train going about, and she feels like Jason, being a part of the media, is basically one of the conductors of this train. So that's where this whole tiff and riff really truly comes from. Hence, I said at the beginning, like, the person who confronted Jason Lee in person, like, to make the video, was a Barb. So, you know, I was watching Nick at Night, and she was talking about something, because I've caught a couple of her lives lately, and I can't recall what she was talking about, but in her discussion, Tasha K came about, and she was covering the Tasha K and Jason Lee situation. Now, Jason Lee decided to drag Tasha K and basically say, like, she's nothing, she's this, she's that, blah, blah, blah. And the points that he was making were backed with edited clips of her saying things from her show, and Armand Wiggins with a dissertation about Tasha K and allegations. So allegedly. So through this, Neek and Tasha began to talk about it. Neek was basically saying, like, the video was fucking funny because, like, of how it was edited, but, you know, the stuff that Jason was saying, it was like, okay, kind of a reach, but, like, who cares? But my thing too with it is, like, you're creating something. I feel like Jason Lee has to be some level of intimidated by Tasha K, or if not intimidated, sees a certain level of value within her, because to address it makes no sense. Like, for me right now, I'm pretty sure, you know, this will not make it to neither one of them. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, depending on how I, like, title it, if it's clickbait and stuff. But if I was to say something negative about Jason or Tasha, the only thing that they would do if they was to feel offended would be blackball me. You know what I'm saying? And I did that in parentheses, and to say is, when you have pull, you know, basically put a negative taste in people's mouths, so when I come around, before you even get to know me, there's a reputation that precedes me, and it would shut it down, and I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I think that Jason can't do that to Tasha and Tasha can't do that to Jason is because they're in two different lanes. You know what I'm saying? While they are both bloggers and they do have a certain outreach, Jason is living amongst the celebrities to where Tasha isn't and hasn't yet. So her relationships are still developing with people, and some of that came across in Jason's little gag of a video when, you know, like, oops, you sent this tea to Nikki, you thought you was going on the show, oops, like you not, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of little jabs and things, but I just find it really interesting because these are both very loud spoken people. And in this situation, like, it's like two bullies fighting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's a regular day at school, class, it's all the characters, they just living life. Tasha and Jason fighting. Tasha and Jason? What? Like, that's what it is right now. Like, you do your thing over there, he do his thing over there. Y'all both are known, but now that y'all like beefing with each other. And it's weird to me because as strategic as I believe Jason to be, like, you're giving her light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe you've already looked at the analytics and things, but how many people are following you are following her? You know, you do consider yourself to be in a certain tier, certain bracket, you know. You are based out of Hollywood, do live amongst the celebrities, you know what I'm saying? So your fan base, you know, will seem a little bit more curated. So why bring light to Tasha? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that was a very interesting choice, very interesting move. In this particular situation, Tasha is basically innocent because she did her job. She reported on somebody. Jason versus Tasha is technically a celebrity, so she does celebrity news. It was news. Now, like I said, to me, in my opinion, it wasn't really news. Like, you feel insecure about the situation, like you feel a certain type of way about catching the train and whatever the thing was about behind it, because like just regular people, like I wouldn't have thought that this would have turned into this video to do this. So, you know, supposedly came about, Tasha was like, he's been feeling some type of way because he is Team Cardi. He's been wanting to kind of attack me. So he took this very small situation and took the opportunity to do that. And I agree. And if, you know, I'm not gonna say necessarily because of Cardi, but that's, you know, from her own personal viewpoint and opinions. But for me, it just, that makes sense because the reason that he's addressing her doesn't make sense. So to me, it does make sense that there is some ulterior motive. You have been not liking this girl. I don't know if she is becoming into your lane. Like I said, with those analytics, do you guys share the same fans? And is that who giving you a run for your money? But, you know, go check out Nika Knight. She did have, like I said, a live tour where she talked about it. Tasha K actually called in, and she did actually clip that part of the live, their conversation, to its own separate video. So if you go look up Nika Knight, Tasha K, I'm pretty sure you will find it. And I'm pretty sure within the algorithms, if you look at that, the whole live should be somewhere down in the recommended as well. So if you just want to see, you know, Neek's point of view, if you wanted to see what Jason actually posted and basically where it started, Neek, you know, sits there, kick it with you and let you watch it with her. So yeah, I mean, as much as I kind of want them to have this out, because it's like, oh, let's watch two people who expose each other. But as much as a part of me wants to see it, I'm just like, I feel like everything is going to be below the belt because what it started over, like a train post. Regardless of who's right and who's wrong, it started over a train post. If that's not petty, I don't know what y'all think petty is. So I think this just to show that both are very petty, and you know, petty boots is gonna be with petty boots. So on to the next topic. So this one is a little more serious. I'm going to be talking about an Indiana woman who lost her life. Now, allegedly, and it's going to be allegedly because truth is we do not know, okay? A woman lost her life, and earlier within that week, I'm not gonna say how many days because I'm not completely for certain, but days prior, she had made a post basically saying that she left her phone at a house, realized she didn't have it, went back to the house, knocked on the door, no one answered. She just decided to turn the knob and go in the house. Upon doing that, the people who lived in this house were a male, and she saw him engaging in a sexual act with another male. Now, she retrieved her phone because the phone was in, the front area of the house, so she was able to retrieve it because they were doing their act basically behind the phone. So her phone is here, they're there. You see your phone, but you also see them. You grab your phone, run out. Now, supposedly, someone caught in an act of privacy began to chase after her to, try to have a conversation like, hey, bro, whoa, listen, like, let me see what you want. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do the most. And so, she basically articulated how she got to her car. And when she was at her car, started talking shit and decided to extort them and say, well, if you don't want me to say nothing, run me 5,000. If you don't run me 5,000, we ain't got nothing to talk about, but I got a lot to talk about. And that's exactly what proceeded to happen. She did not receive the funds from these guys, so she went live on her Facebook page, dropping their names, dropping where they're from, and telling the sexual history of her and one of the participants. And then, once again, a couple days later, she was shot in her car and fatally died before arriving to the hospital and/or shortly after going to the hospital. Now, most people have said some people are saying that she deserved it, this, that, and the third, and all this other thing. First things first is we don't know if the guys behind this alleged story are responsible for her. What I saw through that is, a woman who is very reckless, who is y'all definition of ratchet. She was with the shits. So when the shits came to her, how you can't feel no type of way. Also, something I was taught was live by the gun, die by the gun. A lot of y'all feel like y'all are environments where y'all have to live by because people are all around you are dying. Cool, not gonna knock it. But within that same token, she said that when she made it to her car, she was around her pistol. She felt comfortable to pop shit. So once again, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. This was not a person of, walking down the street that just got hit by a gun. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't an innocent bystander. This was a person who exercised their Second Amendment rights. And she had a gun, you know what I'm saying? And talked very boldly about it. And, made it clear for whoever was to possibly want to come after her, whether it be the people in this or anybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Once I was around my pistol, it's like whatever. So, one, I don't think her life needed to be ended, just for the simple fact that who am I to say that anybody's life needs to be ended or needs to continue living? So I don't have a personal opinion on that. But what I do say is, you know what I'm saying? For a person to be popping shit like that on that person, who's to say who was after her? How many else people she done pop shit with? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that somebody been after her and saw her do that and was like, well, this is going to be the perfect way to get her? Because the police are going to go look into these people that she allegedly outed. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't them, it's going to be proven that it wasn't them. But they're now not going to know who to look for or where to look for who it actually is. So, yeah, I'm really interested in staying tuned to that. So, all the outlets who were deciding to cover that, because a lot of y'all decided to pick it up, stay on it, because I really want to know what happens. Are you going to be able to find out? And, it's just interesting. So let's just see where this story goes. So yeah, I just want to say be careful about what you do and how you act, because you know you only a breath away from being your last breath. So choose what you say and what you do with every breath you take very carefully. Like, let your last moments be great moments. And the only way your last moments can guarantee be great moments if you're being great in every step of the way. What she was doing wasn't great. Her to be trying to out anybody. Like, you're grown. Like, what is the purpose? Like, they wasn't fucking you. They wasn't fucking your children. So what was the purpose? Like, what was the purpose? Like, so do I feel bad? I feel bad that a life was lost. But as a character, the type of person walking around, like being an influence to other people, that's a character trait that can die with her. So if you move like that too, let this be a lesson to just chill and mind your own. Mind the business that pays you. And don't try to make nobody business pay you if it ain't your business to be paid from. Period. Okay. So, on to more females that are with the shits. So we have Ra Ali versus Star Brim. Now, if you know anything about, Ra Ali, her stint on reality TV, she's known for being the tough girl and being known for fighting, for sure. She is a tall, thick woman, and she's really with the shits. Like, she has a resume to prove it, like outside of TV and on TV. I think genuinely with every reality show that she has graced, she has fought or has had the topic of fighting came up. And if you don't know, Ra allegedly gave Cardi B the nod at whatever that event was 300 years ago or whatever. So long story short, that's the rumor. That's what allegedly happened. And Star Brim, Cardi B's best friend, felt some type of way about it and was like, okay, I'm really with the shits too. So boom, that's what you want. Like, I'm about to check you. Like, so she basically came out pressing her because it was like, my friend can't really fight you, so I'm gonna fight you. So, but they don't have no reason to fight. So Star basically is intentionally antagonizing her because she already got the energy to want to fight. So, they both have podcasts. Brim has hers and Ra has hers. I've listened to both of them once or twice. Star went, I think, maybe on the Breakfast Club, but she went to something and she was like, yeah, I got a podcast, so that's how I heard about her podcast, because she talked about it on the interview. She was being like the interviewee, and so boom, I went to listen to a couple of them. And then same thing with Ra Ali. Well, actually, no, I think Ra's just really popped up on my algorithm, and I can't tell you which one I heard first, and I really don't compare them because they're two different formats and they just two different girls or whatever. So boom, they both got their own thing. Now, clearly, they both be checking for each other, because as far as the way from that information that I gathered from what they saying back and forth, neither of them are making actual Instagram posts about each other, but I think maybe they were with some subs. Long story short is, Star won't all the smoke. Like, period. Like, it ain't no question. We know what it is, so we not about to act dumb. And Ra is like, I don't want to say she's ducking, because right now, and that's the other thing, which is so crazy. Like, so Star is currently pregnant. So I feel like everything she's saying, she most definitely means. But I feel like the reason it's coming out right now is because she's pregnant. I feel like her hormones is like really just amplifying just some natural thoughts that she already having. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like she just might be having just regular life frustrations and just need somewhere to push those frustrations. And since this is somebody she already won't smoke with, that's where she just channeling all her frustrations to. So yeah, they got this rah-rah beef going on, and it's like really ugly because like I said, they both with the shits, and it's like, you didn't start and say when I drop this baby, it's what's up. And Ra, like, I'm at the point where I'm waiting for you to drop this baby. And they both are people who are known to pull up. So I'm just like, really, nigga? Like, I get it. That's why I just don't know how to feel, because, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, start popping shit. And Ra, like, okay, you're not about to hold me. Like, and Ra, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta be honest, she has tried to, even as she speaks about it, she's trying not to hype it. She's trying not to be like, like, let's be for real right now. I can't even sit here and argue with this chick right now because she is pregnant. You feel me? So, like, nah, this, that, and third. So that's what I'm saying. I can't say Ra is ducking, but it's like she trying to avoid a situation that don't make sense. Like, I can't engage with a pregnant chick right now. Like, I just can't. Like, regardless of what all y'all trying to say, what could be happening, whatever narrative you want to spin. But like I said, it got to the point where she said when I drop, she's saying, shit, I'm waiting for you to drop. But will Star Brim actually be free to actually fight Ra? So if you don't know, about 200 years ago, Cardi B went to a bar, nightclub, an event, and had a verbal altercation with two bartenders. And then sometime within that night and or the next week or so, some shit, those girls got beat up. Now, they went to the police, they want to press charges, and everything is speculating that it was Cardi B because they had just got into it with Cardi B, and I don't know, they saying the girls that did it because whoever beat them up wasn't Cardi B. Like, Cardi B didn't beat nobody up. So let's get that clear. Cardi B didn't do that. So the case they're trying to prove is that the girls who did beat up these bartenders came by way of Cardi B. Now, Cardi went to court about it, or might be still going to court. I don't know, but it was a moment. We heard about it. We was like, okay, it is what it is. What's next? Like, you know, it was news. It was a moment, but that was it. So now, like I said, 200 years later, that same incident they're trying to say was a whole entire orchestrated hit, and that this is now turned into basically an organized crime thing, because now Cardi B didn't send the girls, but now they're saying that Star sent the girls from behind jail, and that Star has all of this clout to do so. Now, this is the problem for me, okay? Hold on, let me sip my tea. How can you prove this? Like, even if all of that is true, and that's crazy, because it's been some way, because I forgot who stuff I was watching, but baby, it's so many names with governments and AKAs, like, it's hella people. So although, like, what I just sat there and told y'all involved bartenders, Cardi, two other alleged unknowns, and it might be 2, 3, 7, 8, 12, I don't know. We just gonna say 2 because it was 2 bartenders, and then Star, okay? So at max, just with the information we know, this should include 6 people. No, there is a whole, I don't know the actual name for this stuff, because, you know, I avoid legal trouble. Like, I don't know. I don't have the experience to tell y'all what this stuff is. But it's this paper, basically, I guess it's the indictment. Maybe that's what it's called. But with Star name and, you know, a whole bunch of other people who are allegedly part of the the circle that Star travels in. And it's like, the only thing to me that was really fishy is that and I wish I could tell y'all what page I saw this on, but it's weird because like in the incident report, it's like it's got Star's name and I mean like the government, but in the bottom part where it's like listing all of these people, it has her name again, but it's a different last name. So I don't know how real, true, or any of this is, but I think it just all sound like hella bananas because like I'm in jail, so you telling me I made a phone call and my phone call made these people jump. I don't even see how, even if that's true, how that could be like a crime, because like it ain't like the people that jumped were minors. Like these people who allegedly assaulted these girls, like I just don't see why the case don't start and stop and end with them, because like you beat me up, I'm suing you. I don't see how. That's what I'm saying. This shit sounds so fishy. So like the only way I can see this, like I said, all of this possibly coming back is if the people who did the beating up told a story. Because if the two bartenders is telling this story, it's like, what's the proof? Because even if, like, I don't know. So I don't know, y'all. So y'all be looking out for that. But all of that shit is beyond me, because like I said, so she supposedly has I don't know if it's called a warrant, but she's supposedly wanted for that crime. Cardi is still also attached to that. So, and y'all need to go look into it, because it's supposed to be like it's not an assault charge. It's like some organized crime shit. Like it's like decades of time. You know what I'm saying? Like not some months, not some years, but like decades, like 20 plus, 30, like to life type shit. So I don't know, y'all. Go check it out. It's beyond me. I think that should be getting thrown out, but like I said, I feel like the only way any of that is going through is if, like I said, for that shit to be true, someone is having to tell, because how can you prove that two grown-ass adults did something because somebody else, and then even if they did, like, I don't know. That shit just don't make sense. So go do your own research, but that's that situation. So I want to get to Loni Love versus Tamar. Now, first off, child, this whole situation is tired. No one cares. At least I don't. Tamar, she stresses me out because she's so fucking talented. And with all the talent she got, like, I don't understand why she has the problems that she has. Like, I mean, I do understand them because it's the brattiness in her, but I don't know. I just need her to pick a lane, to either be a regular person or to be a star, because that's the thing. Tamar has star qualities, but Tamar wants to be so fucking human. And so it's like, okay, you're going to be human, but don't be mad you ain't going to get this star treatment that you truly deserve. But if you don't walk in the lane of a star, you're not going to ever be treated like a star. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do too much trying to be regular. And that's cool, because a part of you will always be regular, but you got to know who you are. So I don't even know, because I'm not going to hold you. Like, she got a voice like she should be up there with Beyonce. Like, she's not ugly. Like, she has, you know, yeah. So I don't know. As far as Loni Love supposedly hating on her, I just feel like even if that's true, you gotta move on and take it on the chin. What happened is what happened. You know, it ain't even no point to be like, I told you so, because the whole situation is, the only reason that this tea is supposedly coming out is because it's coming by way of someone who fell out with her. So you can only take that information with a grain of salt anyways, because once again, it's easy to believe that just for the simple fact that that's a narrative that's already out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to believe it when you already feel like somebody was gunning for you. So you know what I'm saying? Even if it's true, the motive behind how it came out, like, you know what I'm saying? The alleged girl Cookie, the slash ex-friend slash ex-writer of Loni Loves, is like, y'all ain't fall out 2 years ago and now you telling everything. Like, y'all fell out Tuesday and you over here telling everybody what happened by Monday. Like, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything you're saying might be true, but how can I even believe you when we know for the fact the only reason you're telling this right now is because you fell out with somebody? Like, even if Loni was hating on Tamar, are you mad that she wasn't hating on you? Like, I don't know. Like, so I just feel like, bruh, Loni's like 50. So to even, like, I'm not even about to entertain an argument between her and Tamar. Like, bruh, Tamar just gotta take it on the chin and respect her elders. So that's how I feel about that. Okay, y'all, so I'm about to close this out really, really quickly. With the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I came away about this show by finding out that Kandi is on this show. Then going through a depressing time, I started watching Glee. Then I saw Nene on that, and I'm like, okay, I kept hearing Nene's name. I kept hearing about Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I never actually tuned in. Then, you know, eventually Eva came on the show, and it's like, okay, I know who Eva is. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this Nene person in the press, and, you know, I've started to find out about Kandi because she started doing Escape reemerged, because it's really crazy because, you know, I'm a 90s baby. I knew about the group Escape, but I just never got into the group Escape because I feel like by the time I came around Escape, it was like at the end of the hiatus. It was the end of like their career for whatever reasons happened. So boom, found out about Escape. It's like, oh, okay, Tiny, that's where you from. Oh, okay, click, click, click. Boom, Kandi was a part of that group. The other two girls, cool, boom. Oh, you're a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta too. So now, you know, I know about Nene. I know about Kandi. I watched Eva from American Next Top Model. Okay, let me watch this show. Maybe something I can follow. Get to watch these shows. These are Black women who are wives, something that I aspire to be. And I just like to watch the show now just to see how different, you know, women are and how they have a husband and how their husband treats and acts around them and all of those schematics. And long story short, I'm just bringing this up because Kenya, and this is, like I said, this is me out this season, is what I'm basing everything off of. I don't know Eva since she was on America Next Top Model. Like, because I just wasn't, she was a model, she was in I wasn't watching fashion shows. Like, I knew she was a model, but that's it. So, boom, I don't know about her. Once again, Kandi, oh, I know you from this. And I've seen her around and heard her name, but now I know, like, okay, so now I'm curious, but I don't know nothing about Kandi. And once again, with Nene, she has, the reputation I know about Nene was just that she was loud, and that was it, to be completely honest. Like, I never really fully tuned into anything people were saying about Nene because I knew that it came by way of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it was a show I didn't watch. So, like I said, I know how relevant she is, but I never truly ever paid attention to anything about her. So I didn't have no preconceived notion about her. So I don't have a preconceived notion about none of these girls. So to watch the show, I'm like, everyone looks great, and I like how they're all different ages. And I just really like to see, like, these women living their lives. Something else that I like, that all of these women are like 30, 35 plus and are having maybe their first child and stuff. So that actually gives me some hope that, like, okay, like, you could be fine, cute, and doing it and having your baby and living life too. You don't have to be in a rush to have a baby right now, because you could be fabulous. And because I don't know, but when y'all look at a Barbie doll, like, when you look at Barbie looks like she's 30 to me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, Barbie, she has herself put together. And when you live life, like, 20-year-olds don't got themselves put together like that. So, when you see Barbie, you see an adult. And that's how all of these women are. They're like real walking, talking Barbies with their shit together. So, but they're human, so they got this drama. Kenya is really nice, nasty, and she disturbs me because she is fucking pretty and she does have long hair. So it's like, girl, why are you, like, I would expect Kenya to be bubbly like Portia, but like, Kenya is like so busy trying to be the it girl. It's like, you smell like shit, girl. Like, like, the attitude is real. It's not it. And I like when you being all that extra and your man is like, nah, that ain't it, that's not right, boom, 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 boom. Like, he's not bowing down and kissing your ass. Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not about to front for these cameras. I'm not about to front for your friends. Like, no. Like, I'm not going for it. So I do like that dynamic, because with some of the other women, I feel like they are more the alphas in their relationships. And then I like to be able to see the submissive side that some of the other girls do too. So, like, Portia, I really like her because she just seems really well-rounded and balanced. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, she's going through some infidelities and things, and she just had a new baby too. But it's like, she's pretty and she gonna bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like her vibes. You know what I'm saying? I just really like her. Then, of course, I like Kandi because she's such a fucking boss. And Kandi's attitude is what I wish Kenya's attitude was. Like, Kandi knows she the shit. And Kandi is competitive. But it's just her tone of voice, and it's like how she do stuff. Like, she not extra like Kenya. Kenya is just a certain level of extra that Kandi just ain't. So I'm growing to love and appreciate her, because I'm not gonna lie, watching the I just call that SWV, the Escape episodes, because they had their own little show too, and trying to kind of rehash the backstory of kind of why they like dismembered and rumors and stuff. Like, they made Kandi kind of seem like she was, the uppity one, the one that was kind of like snooty, and it really isn't nothing like that. And especially putting her around other real snooty bitches who act like they the shit but not the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for Kandi to be humble, because it's like, so I really like her. I really like Kandi. I really like her vibes. And Quiet as Kept, I think she probably should be the top bill, because she's the one that makes people. She the reason the rest of y'all girls can be around her, because it's like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? She still talks her little shit. She talks her little shade, but she knows how to keep it cute. And I wish most of the women on all the reality shows was like Kandi. Like the women on Married to Medicine, if they all just acted like Kandi, that show would be everything. But they married to whole medicine and acting like, bruh, they still on welfare checks. It just be beyond me. But okay, y'all, this video has gotten pretty long. Comment down below, are you following any of the topics we discussed today? And if so, what's your thoughts? Comment, like, subscribe. I'm Paris. I'm out. Bye.